Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. So I just watched the first episode of Being a Xaba, the reality show on Mzansi Magic. It's on our favorite slot, Sunday at 7 p.m. It's replacing Nandi and the Rev. Okay, so it's another family show. Listen, I was looking to see, because most of the time if a family is doing a reality show, there will be like maybe one family member that is maybe kind of famous, or we know the family member from somewhere. I'm trying to figure out, you guys, this just looks like it's just a normal ordinary family that is not so ordinary, by the way. Okay, so Mr. Xaba, who is the father, okay, has even he himself is not sure, but he knows that the kids are over 20. So he has over 20 kids. Now, it's different here, you guys, because this is not Mselegu. This is not Nala, okay? He's not a polygamist, okay? He's just a man that moves on from relationships. Okay, so he will have a relationship with you. He would have a kid and move on, move on, move on, move on, move on. When they asked him in the diary session how many baby mamas he has, he said he was like, I think like 17. You know, so you see what I'm saying? He is a man that moves on from a relationship, okay? But it does not look like he was ever in a situation where he had multiple wives. Now, you guys, I don't know, because I feel like with all of these situations, with all of these relationships where a man will be with this woman, with this woman, with this woman, and then have many kids, the people that are left behind to try and just put the pieces together so that their lives make sense is the kids. Like, those are the people. I mean, a man at the end of the day, when they have 20 kids, they will say it like it's the thing that they are proud of. Baby mama's about 17. But what that does to kids, I don't even think that men will be thinking about that. I don't think that, oh, Mr. Xaba, he looks like a good man. He's a church-going man. They say he loves his church. One of his sons even makes a comment to say he feels like his father prioritizes the church. That is how much he loves the church. He loves Abantu Benkonzo. He loves Amakol. Okay, so he is trying to be a good man. However, you guys, I don't know if there are any possibilities that somebody that has 20 kids can be a good father, in a sense that can they be present when they are needed to be present. Because if you are moving from one relationship to another, and then you are having baby here and a baby there, and the other babies that you've had a while back are growing up, like, when are you going to raise the kids? So it does not look to me like he actively participated in raising the kids. He might not have denied any of his kids. He might have taken care of them financially, they haven't said. But in terms of him being present, I'm kind of feeling like he wasn't as present as they would have wanted him, or they would have liked for him to be. And that is an unfortunate situation with this, you guys. So now, when you have kids with different women like that, all of the kids are at the mercies of their mothers. You know, if your mother is a good mom, that you might turn out to be okay, because there will have to be a mother to you, and there are times when your daddy is not going to show up, and they will have to show up in his, place. So now, so for those kids whose mothers were able to do that, I guess they will turn out okay. But even in that situation, it does not mean that the mother is ever going to be able to close that gap in terms of a kid wanting their father. Because when you need your father, you need your father. I don't feel like Mr. Xaba was able to be there for his kids. And this is just from one episode, you guys, and just a few of the kids talking about their dad. One thing that is common with every single child is that they all love their dad. They love their dad. They all admit to the relationship with their dad not being perfect, okay? Their dad has had different relationships, so they have had to have, build a relationship with this stepmother, and then it's the next one, and then it's the next one, and then it's the next one. Okay, so now Mr. Xaba is with Uswazi. Okay, Swazi is 27 years old, which is like the same age as some of Mr. Xaba's children. And I think because all of the kids are grown now, for her to have somebody that is 27, it's kind of like some of the kids are even older than her. Some of Mr. Xaba's kids are older than the wife. So you can see how that also complicates things. He says that they met at the funeral. He really, really liked her. So he went and paid lobola. And then he did things his way. Like, I don't know. He says they said something about the lawyers. So I'm thinking that maybe they signed after he paid lobola, but he did say that he hasn't done the wedding. Okay. Now he says that he has over 20 kids, but one of his sons says he thinks it's over 23. And he says none of his kids were planned. He never planned to have many kids, but they just happened. And when they happened, it just looked like, it's an okay thing. Guys, he should have gone and snipped it, okay? He should have, after the 5th kid, okay? You just having too many kids. You're too fertile, okay? And you're meeting fertile women. You are fertile, you're meeting fertile women. It's not working out. After Ingane's 5, he should have gone and did, Anyway, you guys, now, this is a thing about the fathers having many kids. They will always be concerned about, the kids coming together and the kids getting along. And I always feel like it's always a selfish wish, because when the parent wants the kids to come together, it's for them. It's for them to be proud of, be like, yes, this is what I've done. My kids get along, and they feel good about that. But nobody's thinking about, how do we deal with, everything that everybody has been through, because there are so many of you, and I couldn't spend time with all of you. I couldn't be there for all of you. I couldn't show up for all of you. A man is never thinking about that. It's more like, I just want my kids to get along, I'm going to spend Christmas together. It's almost like a man would be preparing to have a nice funeral. Okay, I just want all of them to get along so that when I die, they will be able to, and bury me respectfully. So I don't know, you guys, even with Mr. Xaba, he says that he wants to bring them together. And I don't know, I just felt like it's for him to feel good about himself, to just feel like my kids get along. But I don't know if he realizes that because there were so many kids, there are issues that they're dealing with, and maybe coming together and getting along right now is not more important than the kids dealing with some of the issues that they have because their dad was not around. Okay. Then, you guys, we met T is one of the siblings. Okay. And her mom, listen, I love T and her mom. I love this scene because we got to see Uti talk to her mom, who is an ex to Mr. Xaba. So we get to, have an idea of how the exes are feeling about Mr. Xaba. Listen, you guys, I totally understood T's mom when she was like, I don't think that man is okay in the head, okay? I don't think that he's all right, okay? I understood her because, listen, those who haven't watched the show, there's nothing wrong with Mr. Xaba. Mr. Xaba is very well, okay? He just had too many kids. But what I'm saying is that it is normal to think your ex is not okay. Most of us are like, what were we thinking? Okay, this person is not even okay in the head, okay? So she was just being shady like that. And now they were talking about the fact that Mr. Xaba is now, guys, the kids are grown. Some of them, like T, I think T is now about to get married. Only now Mr. Xaba is talking about wanting to hlawula the kids. So not only was he going around having kids, but he also wasn't paying hlawula for any of the kids. So now he wants to do it for all of the kids so that the kids can come together. So I really feel like a man be doing that so that they can have a nice funeral, because if your kids get along, they are probably going to be able to communicate better when you die, and they will give you a great send off. It is not because you're concerned for them. So T's mother just thought that the whole thing was funny as hell. And then Uti was telling her, okay, now my dad has a new we have a new mom. And her mother was like, how old is she? It's obviously being 27. She was like, I knew your dad. Now, you guys, listen, it even looks weird because T's mom looks the same age as Mr. Xaba. I think Mr. Xaba is in his 50s. Now, looking at T's mom and then the stepmother, it's T's mom would be an in-law to Uswazi, and Swazi is a stepmom to T. It just doesn't make sense, but again, they are making it make sense. But I loved T's mom. I loved their exchange. It was fun. It was funny. And yes, you guys, I do like the fact that we are getting that extension. So we're not only going to be seeing Xaba with his wife and then just the kids, but also some of the kids, we are going to be meeting their mom. So I really did like this scene. I don't know, you guys, how Mr. Xaba is going to do it. With over 20 kids, no nhlawulo, and now you want to pay nhlawulo. Now you're going to have to go to these different families to negotiate indaba yenhlawulo. Nakhona, why did you wait? Okay, they don't look like they are like Sorisha rich. Okay, you understand what I'm saying, but they also don't look like the other umdeni show rich. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I see what I'm saying. So I'm like looking at the house and I'm like, Mr. Xaba looks like he could afford. So why didn't he do it back then? So I don't understand it, you guys. I don't understand it. Now, we also do meet Unduduzo Nonontle. Duduzo Nonontle have the same mom, they are siblings. They did talk about the fact that their mom passed away, so they no longer have a mom. And Unotle was sharing also the story of how she went through a lot, because before Uswazi, there was another stepmom, and they didn't get along with that ex. I guess she is an ex to their dad now, Unkule. Okay, she says that she mistreated her. From what she was explaining, you guys, it did feel like there was some verbal abuse there, and she says that Unonhle says that her relationship with her dad had always depended on who he was with. Okay, so, and I get that some men, you guys, would have a good relationship with their kids because a woman in their life is encouraging them to do that. When they have a woman that does not really care to push for that, they don't have a relationship with their kids, which really I don't understand, because regardless of what your partner does or doesn't do, you should be fighting to have a good relationship with your kids. So to me, it sounded like Mr. Xaba, if he had somebody that was more concerned for him to have a relationship with the kids, then he would have a good relationship with the kids. So that's why Notle was saying that it just depended on who their dad was with at the time. Okay. Now, Unotle and Nduduzo were just going quite biking, and I like their sibling relationship. I do like the fact that they were able to communicate and get vulnerable with each other, because Unotle was sharing how hard things were between her and Kule being the ex-wife, Kababake, and the things that she used to do. For example, one time she lied and said that she had gone somewhere with a sugar daddy, which she didn't know that she had a sugar daddy. She was that kind of a stepmom. I think that Unontle likes Uswazi. Also, Uti did say that she does like Uswazi. I think Unduduzo, it's a weird situation, because here is a woman that is younger than you, married to your dad. He even said to himself that he does not think that it would be appropriate for them to have any kind of relationship. And I can see how that can be weird for him, but that's what he said. Okay. And he says it's not that anything would happen because he respects his father and he's always going to look out for his father's, dignity and all of that. But just her being that young, it's just a thing of he does not think that it's important for them to have a close relationship. And I thought that, yeah, I don't think that they should force the relationship anyways. But again, you might never know. Maybe they will end up building a relationship, okay? Now, you guys, T, whom we had seen meeting with her mom, also met with her other sister, Usihle, okay? And they were just having a conversation. I guess Usihle grew up in a family home, Xaba, the way that I understood it. I might correct it in the future if I understand it different. And as a avoka, which is right here. And she says she does not like the fact that the siblings don't like to visit her avoka. It sounds to me like her avoka is the house where everybody used to visit, where even when they were growing up. So some of them, now that they've grown up, they don't come to visit. And Usihle, she sounds like she lives there and she's not understanding why people don't come there to visit. So T was trying to explain to her. So she ends up sharing the story of how she had gone to Avoca to visit, apparently being named Mbungulu. Guys, if you've never had a situation in Mbungulu, the bed bugs, you are lucky in life. You are very, very lucky. If you've never had a situation where you go sleep over somewhere and you are very lucky. So she said, go to Begune Mbungulu, Avoca. And they went to visit at Sibling. She goes back home and she fell ill after that. Okay. Her mother calls her dad to say, listen, we've been to the doctors and everything. The child is not getting better. You need to come and see her. He comes to see her. Okay. The situation, the way that she explained the situation is like when her dad arrived at the gate, he greeted her and said, how are you doing? Or something like that. Before she can even answer him and tell him how she was doing, her dad received a phone call. So he was on the phone and he was like, you know what? I'm coming back. And then he never came back. He never came back to... It's like her dad forgot that he had come there to check on her and then never even came back. Whatever the emergency that was on the phone, how was it more important than seeing to your daughter at the time that who had been reported to be sick? You understand what I'm saying? So I understand the emotion there. So she was very emotional about that situation. She says, listen, I do not feel like I want to go to the house here, say Avoca. She also says something interesting, you guys, that they had gone to Abantaba Bonayo and they had said, kunomuntu kangaye Avoca. It means there is a witch in the family. This is going to be interesting. Okay, that's the thing, you guys, about having many kids, is that even though you don't have a polygamous family, but you can end up living like a polygamous man, because you're always going to be dealing with fights. People are always going to be accusing each other of witchcraft. People are always going to be accusing each other of being your favorite. When you are my dad's favorite, so it's almost like you become a polygamous man, but you don't have multiple wives, but there's always those fights. So T was telling Usihle the same thing, that she just is not comfortable with where a Avoca. Okay, I wanted to find out where that house is. Okay, now you guys, I was like, so who was who is Umthakathi there? Because it sounds like ubaba wakhe, T's dad, is always changing partners, because we can't say that it's the ex, because she's making it sound like there is somebody in the family okangai. Okay, now her dad is changing partners all the time, so obviously this present partner was not there when she was a kid. It was someone else. So now I'm thinking, does she mean that the partner at the time, like her father's wife at the time, was the one that was bewitching her, or is it the father? So I did not understand, you guys, especially because she says she still is not comfortable to go to that house. I mean, if it was the ex-wife, then the wife is no longer there. Why would you still not want to go in? Is it just because you have trauma, or is it because the person that they had said we are Tagata is still there in the house? Okay. Now, you guys, let me say this. Oh, another thing I didn't mention. Remember, Unotlebe Nonduduzo are siblings. They have their mother. Their mother passed away. No. I'm mixing things up. It's T. Okay. T is the one that had a brother, and the brother passed away. So after she got sick, remember she was sick, and her father came to see her, and then before he could even find out how she was doing, he left and said he was coming back and never came back. After she got better, her brother got sick. So there were two of them. So her father got sick, and then he passed away. So it was a difficult time. So I guess she just has trauma, you guys. Maybe they must change her house and go live somewhere else so that the siblings can be able to spend time together. Now, you guys, listen. I do like this show. I do feel like there are so many people. It's one family, but there are so many people. Usually when it's a family show, and it's not one of those polygamous families, you will have a mom and a dad and you have kids. I mean, if there are 5 of them, it's too many already, okay? Now, you have mom and dad and you have so many kids, and I don't think we've met half of them. And then you also have the mothers, and, so there are too many people. And so there are going to be many relationships that we are going to be watching. While you are trying to figure out what's happening with this relationship, there's going to be this relationship going on, and then this, and then that, and then that. You understand? So as much as I think Mr. Xaba's dream of having his kids get along, it's a good idea, I can hardly see it, because I just feel like it feels like now they are just people that are living very independent lives. They don't sound like they hate each other, and they also don't sound like they dislike each other. It's just a thing of now they are grown, they live their independent lives. They might not want to make that much effort to get along. I don't know, you guys, but I think that it's going to be interesting to watch those relationships. Now, watching the trailer for the next episodes, it does look like Mr. Xaba is a man with a lot of drama, okay? He sounds like he's a man that parents this thing, my parents would say, listen, it's either you listen to me or you F off. He sounds like he's that kind of a parent. That is very difficult, you guys, to have a parent, to have a father that is like that, a father that is not nurturing, when they were never there in the first place, really, as a father, when you were grow up and you really needed to be nurtured. Now you're like an adult. It's not like you need him every day, but when you are there with him, that 1 or 2 days, you just want a little bit of love from your dad, and you don't get it. So I kind of feel like when Nduduzo said that actually the owner of drama in this family is dead, when watching the trailer, I feel like, yeah, definitely it does look like a lot of drama will be brought by the father, because he just is not somebody that is going to beg you to understand, okay? And he's not going to be trying to understand his kids. However, you guys, this was the first episode, so maybe things might change in the future, but it is good, you guys. The show is good in terms of like quality, so the visuals are very good. It's nice to see, the houses are nice, and the people just look like they're living a nice life. Like I didn't see anybody that looks like they're struggling, okay? So it's a nice show to watch, okay? But at the same time, they don't look like filthy rich. So it's not one of those ways like it's like inspirational. There are people that live like that. It looks like it's just people that you can relate to. Okay, so I think this show is going to be relatable for a lot of people, and a lot of people are dealing with sibling relationships. They're trying to like heal their relationships with their dad, and trying to heal the wounds that they are there because their dads were not there. So this show will be relatable because of that, you guys. I did not get any goosebumps any time when I was watching the show, but I also did not feel like it's a show that I wouldn't want to watch. I'm going to be following this show. I'm not overly excited about it, but it is a very good show, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to relate to the content on this show, because these are going to be like real relationships that we're going to be watching in real time. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me how you feel about this episode of the Xabas, okay? Being a Xaba. Thank you so much for watching. Nginithanda kakhulu.